Okay. Now, your presentation system is there, application system is there, and database. Okay. So in this database, so first of all, it will go to RAM. Okay. Then it will come to hard disk. Right. So in the presentation server, I'm giving something the information, sales order information 120. It will come to the application layer and it will come to the database layer. So in this database layer, first of all, it will go to RAM, and after that one, it will go to hard disk. So from that hard disk, it will pick that 120 information and it will send to RAM. So from that RAM, it will go to application layer. From this application layer to presentation layer, the data will come here. So this is a process. Right? Now, SAP is telling like, don't go to any hard disk concept here. Okay? All the data will save in RAM only, not required to go to any hard disk. The data will save in RAM only. The transferring of data, okay, from RAM to hard disk and hard disk to RAM, the transferring of data is, the time is reducing here, not required to go to hard disk and send to RAM and from RAM to application presentation like that. Okay. So instead of going to hard disk directly, the data is coming from RAM only. It will from RAM the data will come to application layer. From application layer to presentation layer, the data will transfer here. Okay, and you may ask one question here. For example, in our system, we are working on something and we are shutdowning it, and after that one we will open the system after 1 hour or 2 hours. At that time the data will remove whatever we have opened previously. Those all data will remove here, because all the data the previous data will save in RAM, so all the data will close here. Okay, by shutdowning it, the data will remove from RAM here, right? So here also same thing. Okay, usually the servers will shut down yearly once or twice like that. Okay, at the time of upgradation, they will restart the system here. Okay, restart the server here. Okay, so at that time, so the data, whatever the data is available in hard disk, all the data will move to RAM automatically. Okay, so they have configured like that. The data will move from hard disk to RAM automatically, and not all data. They will give some preferences. Okay, first preference, second priority, third priority. Based on these priorities, the data will move to from hard disk to RAM. Okay, once the server is restarted, at that time, all the data not required to move to RAM. Some priorities will be there. For example, some sales information or some customer information or some material information. So this type of data is mandatory here. We should require the data, right? So those type of data automatically will move from hard disk to RAM whenever the server is restarted at the time. Okay. And some unpriority data also will be there. So I mean, very rare cases we will use that type of data. That type of data also will move from hard disk to RAM bit later. Okay, not at single time. Okay, it will move bit later because we will not use the data frequently. Okay, so the performance is increasing here. Instead of going the data from RAM to hard disk, so just from RAM only the data is picking, and it is sending the data to application layer and presentation layer. So this is the in-memory mechanism. Okay, so instead of going to hard disk, the data is coming from RAM only, right? So this concept is called here in-memory mechanism, in-memory database. Fine. So this is the meaning of high performance. Okay, how Hana is high perform, how Hana is containing high performance means. So this is the combination of hardware, software, and in-memory database. That is why the data, it is containing some high performance. Fine. High performance is okay now. Next, what is analytic? Okay, in the Hana, high performance analytic appliance, right? Then what is analytic here? Analytic is nothing but it is combining the OLTP information and OLAP information, and it is giving something report on top of these two things. What is this OLTP and OLAP? OLTP means online transactional process. So whatever the data we are using frequently, okay, or most of the times we will work on uh, present data, or some 1 year of data, or 2 years of data, or 5 years of data. Okay, for example, I have one bank account. I want to add something money, so I will go to the bank and I will deposit the money. And if you want to print that uh, uh, information, so they will print today's information. Or if you want to print that one, they will print maximum 6 months of data. Okay, or 1 year of data. It will print on that book. Right, so daily activities, for example, on sales information is there. So if you want to generate something, sales information, a report, or sales something form, okay, how much sales came here, some form I want to require. So maximum we will take some one year of data or 6 months of data. Okay, from 6 months onwards, I will pick some data here. Okay, or maximum we will work on current data, today's data, yesterday's data, or 4-5 days back data only we will work here maximum. Okay, so this is your OLTP information, online transactional process. So frequently we will use the data, this one. So up to 6 months we will use frequently. And coming to the OLAP, online transactional analytical process, means it will contain some old data. Old data means, so I have one company. I have started this company in 1970. Okay, so I'm working it. I'm working on the same system as of now. Now, I don't require the data frequently on 1970 or 1980, 1990, 2000 data like that. I don't display. I don't pick the information frequently here. Right? Very rarely I will use this one. Very rarely I will use this one. So if you want to fetch that type of information, then this concept is called here OLAP. Maximum business intelligence one module is there, right? BABW. So those guys will work on it. Okay, some historical data, some old data. If you want to pick the data and if you want to compare the data, for example, I want to display the year-wise sales. So in 1970, what is the sales in my company? 1980, what is the sales? 1990, 20, 2010, 2020. So like that, some 10 years, once I want to display some information here. What is the sales happened in 1970, 1980, 1990, like that. Okay. So it will happen, but rarely it will happen, not frequently. If you want to work on that type of information, then OLAP we have to use here. Okay, if you keep all the data in a single system, the system is stuck here. Okay, the system is stuck here because it is containing huge data. So from 1970 onwards, so mostly 30, 20, 50 years data it is containing here. Okay, it will contain huge data. If you want to pick something data, it will struck. It has to check many records here, many data it has to check. So what they will do, they will divide the data. Okay, some 10 years of data. Okay, from today day to last 10 years, it will keep in one system, and before 10 years, they will keep the data in one more system. Okay, so the process will be like that. But coming to HANA, so it will combines all the data here because the performance is very high. Based on the column store table and based on the indexes, it is creating some indexes in the background. So the performance will be very increased here. Now, not required any two hard disks here. Okay, for current data and for old data, not required. So we can manage all the data in the single system only because the performance is very high here. That is why. So it will process the current data as well as historical data also, the old data, some 30 years of data or 50 years of data also it can pick very easily, very fastly here. So that is the meaning of analytical analytic here. Appliance means combines hardware and software, technology, and change the way of developing and executing. Okay, appliance means it will combine the hardware and software technology. Okay, some row store mechanism we are using, column store mechanism, in memory mechanism we are using, and some in the hardware it is containing some 384 cores. So it will work on 384 objects in a single time. Okay, so it is combining these all things. That is okay, fine. And change the way of developing the programs. So previously, if you want to develop something report, then simply we will go to AC38 and it has to go to in that program, I will write some select queries. So each and every time it has to go to database layer and it has to fetch the data. And for example, some sales order information and some quotation information is there. Okay, how many quotations came, and on top of the quotations, how many sales orders came here. Okay, so that type of information we required here. So here, first of all, we will pick the quotation information in one internal table, and I will write one more select query to fetch the sales information. I will keep the information in second internal table, and after that one, I have to compare. I have to check how many. For example, I have one quotation for 10 laptops, but I have sold only 5 laptops only on top of that inquiry or quotation. Okay, because the customer ordered only 5 laptops. So here pending quantity is 5 here. So five quantities they did not order. So like that, otherwise some sales order information and delivered information. Okay, so first of all, I will write one select query on VBAP to fetch the sales information. And in the second time, I will write one select query on top of some billing table, okay, to fetch the billing information. So now my requirement is how many sales came and how many we have delivered here. For example, some 100 laptops sales order came here, but we have delivered some 60 quantities only we have delivered. And I want to display some 40 remaining is there, right? So the remaining part I have to display here 40. For that one, sales is okay and delivery is also, and after that one we have to loop the sales information and we have to do some calculation here, means some sales order quantity minus some delivered quantity, like that we have to do some calculation here. So these all things are happening in application layer only. Okay, so in the application layer we are writing two cell queries to fetch the data from the database. It will go to the database and it will pick that sales order information and the delivery information, and it will send to application layer. So in the application layer, it will do the calculation by using some loops and some operations. We will do the calculations. So final output, it will go to the presentation layer. So this is the process previously, but now SAP is telling like in the single shot. In the single shot, you can send the data to the application layer. For example, I will write one CDS view. Okay. So most of the guys don't know about CDS view. Just by using the CDS view, the performance will be high. Okay, and some AMDP concept is there, and CDS view concept is there. So by using these concepts, what will happen? So we are writing the select query in the application layer, right? Some getting the sales order information, delivery information, select queries we will write. And after that one, we will loop the sales order information, and then we will do the calculation inside the loop. So these all things we are working on application layer. 2 times we are hitting the database, or 4 times, or 5 times we will hit the database. How many set queries we are writing? That many of times it will go to the database and it will pick the data and it will send the data to application layer. So instead of doing, instead of transferring this many of times the data from database layer to application layer, in the application layer only, I will write some program here. Okay, in the application layer only, we will write some code in CDSVs or AMDP, like that. Some concepts are there. So in that one, I will write the select queries, calculations, these all things I will write in the database layer only. Only the output will go. Okay, some sales order number is there. So for this one, some 100 quantity is there and delivered only 60 quantity and remaining pending quantity is 40. So these 3 columns information, it will go to the application layer, not all the information. The performance will be increased here because the data is not transferring from application layer to database layer and database layer to application layer. All the calculations we are working on the database layer only. Finally, it is sending output to the application layer. That's it. Okay, so this is the way of, the programming is changing here. Okay, the way of developing a program is changing here and executing the application. Okay, so by using CDS view and AMDP, we are writing something program. After that one, we can display the data in the graphical manner by using some other applications like Fury. Some BO tools are there. Okay, some BA tools are there, or any other tools. Okay, outside lot of tools are there to display the data in the graphical manner. Okay, so executing the application is different here. So in the presentation layer, we may display the data in the SAP GUI. That is the first thing. So most of the guys has worked on this one. Okay, end user will open the GUI, SAP GUI only. So whatever the data he wants, so he will give the input and he will display the data in the SAP GUI only. But now SAP is introducing some more applications to display the data. The graphical manner they want to display the data. So the way of executing the data is different here. So this is the appliance. Okay, Hana means high performance analytic appliance. Okay, high performance means because of this hardware and software in-memory database mechanism, the performance is very high here. Analytic means it is combining the OLTP process and OLAP processes. Means it is combining the current data and the old data also. Okay, and appliance means it is combines the hardware software technologies, and we are writing the program little bit slightly different here. Okay, slightly different means some by using CDS and AMDP, this type of concepts we are on some in the select queries only. Okay, by using some inline declarations or the select query only, we will write some more concepts. Okay, we will discuss it a bit later. By using some open SQL statements, new open SQL statements, okay, the performance will be very increased here. Okay, we are writing slightly different the select queries and some queries. Okay, in the application layer, and we are executing the report in the graphical way. Okay, that is the appliance here. Okay, Hana abbreviation is this one. Okay, fine. Now, in Hana, in the last class we have discussed like a few tables have converted from cluster table to transparent table. A few tables have converted like some views. A few transactions have merged into one more transaction, or a few transactions has removed the SAP. So this type of things we have discussed, right? Fine. I will open I will open a system here, server here. So yesterday I have executed some xk01 or xd01 like that. For example, xd01 for customer creation here. If I click on enter button, so it is showing something error here because they have done some enhancement here. So that is why it is not displaying like this. Okay. So same thing, I will open xd03 just for displaying the data. Okay. So xd03 I am opening here. So it is asking something customer information here. Okay, 1 minute. I will take some xk03 vendor information. Vendor information. I am taking something. Okay, so now it is displaying like this. This is the vendor information here. Okay, and you can see here business partner. Okay, so automatically it is converting, it is diverting to BP transaction. I have executed xk03 here. You can see here xk03, but it is converting. Okay, it is converting to BP transaction. How can you say this is the BP transaction or xk03 transaction? I will open the same thing in ECC system. How the screen will be there, you can cross check it once. So this is the ECC system. So this is the ECC only, and I will open xk03. And I'm giving something customer number 9007 here and click on address, same thing, right? So click on enter button. If you see here, how the screen is coming here. Okay, and I will check system status. Why it is taking time? Okay, so this is the MS SQL, so ECC system only. Okay, ECC system, and if you see here, the screen is coming like this. Same thing I have opened in HANA system. So how the screen is coming here? If you see this one, some tabs are coming here. Some tabs are coming here. So the this is the BP transaction actually. Okay, BP transaction. You can open the BP transaction externally also /BP, only BP. So vendor is 505014. Same thing, I will cross check here. So the business partner is 5014. So same thing, I am executing in the BP transaction directly. Okay, click on enter button. So it is showing something. One record is there, right? Just double click on it. Same thing. So this is a BP transaction. Okay, this is the BP transaction. If you open XK03 in ECC system, it will display like this. Okay, but in Hana, it is converting into BP transaction, not only this XK03. Okay, if you want to create, modify, display, whatever it is, customer information or vendor information from XK01 or FK01, so whatever the transaction related to customer and vendor, this type of information, it will open. If you execute those transactions, automatically it will go to BP transaction only. Directly it will go to BP transaction. Okay. I'm just mentioning something XK01. Just I'm maintaining two transactions only here. So previously we were using XK010203 and XK010203 like that, FK010203 like that we have to use, but now only one transaction, that is BP, business partner. Okay, now done. This is very important transaction. Fine. This is okay. I mean, if you transactions are converting into one more transaction, right? If you transactions are converting to, if we execute the transaction, automatically it is converting into BP transaction. Fine. I have one more transaction like MB01 material information transaction code. So you can see here the transaction MB01 is absolute. Means this is not in active mode. We are not using this one. We have deleted this MB01 transaction from our SAP. Deleted means it will be there. The transaction will be there, MB01, but the indication delete symbol will be there. The checkbox will be there. The delete checkbox will be activated here. The transaction will be there, but the deletion mark will be activated. So it is coming like this, absolute. We are not using this one now. Okay, fine. I will go to one more transaction, MB1B. Okay, this MB1B also, it is showing in the same way. So previously I have executed some XK03 transaction. At that time, automatically it is diverting to BP transaction. But here it is not diverting. Just it is displaying one pop-up here, one error message. I mean, it is displaying one message here. Okay, MB1B is absolute. We should not use this one. Right. Fine. MB01 or MB1B absolute. Okay. And fine. I will open some MARA table. Okay. Or we have some lot of tables related to material. Okay. MARA, material master data. MARC, plant information we will get in the material with plant we will get in the MARC. MARD, material, plant, storage location. So like that, some tables we have related to material, right? Now, if you want to display this type of information, then we have to go to MARA or MARC and MARD. Like that, we have to go to tables, material tables. The data will save in multiple tables. So SAP is giving one table, MAT DOC. Okay, it will display all information related to material. not required to go to MARA, not required to go to MARC, not required to go to MARD. Okay, so not required to go to multiple tables here. All tables information we can get in the MATDOC. Okay, the table name is MATDOC here. Material information we can get in the single table. Okay? Multiple tables merged into single table here. So if we use this table, then you can understand. Means not required to go to, not required write any select query on MARA, MARD like that. Okay, directly we can go to this table, MATDOC. What happened here? MARA or MARC or MARD. So this all information we will get from MATDOC, MATDOC. Okay, fine. So I'm opening one more thing. So I will open ECC system. So this is the ECC. I just click on back button. I'm opening one table, basic table. Click on display button. So if you see here, the table name is, the table type is cluster table here. Okay, so you already know about transparent table, cluster table, and pool table. Okay, so now basic is in cluster table in the ECC system. Okay, come to the HANA system, how it is displaying here. Basic table. Click on display button. Okay, and if you see this one, the table is in transparent table. Okay, but if you see this one in the ECC system, this is the cluster table. Okay, means cluster tables they have converted into like transparent table in HANA system. Okay. Cluster tables they have converted into transparent table. Okay. And I have one table. So I will go to HANA system here. I'm using something MARC, material with plant information. Okay, and if you want to use this table, okay, I mean separately I want to use this table MARC, then SAP is providing one view. Okay, this is the transparent table. Just click on this extras button and click on replacement object. Okay, so instead of writing one select query on top of MARC table, so SAP is giving one replacement object. Just click on that button. You can see here replacement object is NSDMEMARC. Okay, so in place of MARC, you can use this name here. Okay, the performance will be increased. Why it is increasing? Just click on back button and open it here. Sorry, view. See the table. Okay, the table they are converting into one view here. Okay, that view they have given like NSDM DDL MARC. Okay, so if you see they have used that MARC table and they have selected all the fields from MARC table, and they have created one view here. Okay, this is CDS view. Okay, we will discuss it a bit later. Okay, so instead of writing MARC table, instead of writing one select query on top of MARC table, you can write this name. Okay, you can write this name, the view name. Okay, I will take one more table, that is MARA. Let me check, is there any replacement object is there or not? Okay, extras, and click on replacement object. If you see here, there is nothing available. Means replacement object is not available for this table. Okay, so if you want to write, then you have to use this one only. Okay, fine. See, the class will disconnect in 2 minutes. So I will continue it tomorrow. Anyone have doubts up to here? Any doubts?
No, sir.
Yeah, tell me. Okay,
No, sir. No.
Okay, sir. Yeah. Anyone? Any other one? Okay, fine. Tomorrow we will connect at 6 a.m. Okay. And if you have any doubts, then please ping me in WhatsApp group. Okay. Then bye. Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.